folks, how are you? Hope you're still with us. Yes, a little way out of Berlin at the moment, but so where is it? We're still in Germany, of course, on the Autobahn A24, a 24. Yeah, so 24. Yeah, so this is one of the Autobahns, Autobahn 24. But we did take a couple of secondary roads before and that to reach this as well. Through earlier on to skirt Hamburg and those sorts of areas, and this is all part of country Germany, of course. And just look around, and of course this section of Autobahn has no speed limit on rest areas and that. Another thing to be careful of is to pay attention to anybody that's pulling out from the right hand lane to overtake. Some of them can't understand the speed differential between many other cars. And at the moment it's safe, but you've got to anticipate other people's actions and those sorts of things, your closing speed, what they're going to do. Plus we're approaching other cars. So yes, it's not a case of driving flat out everywhere. You just can't do it. So driving at a speed to suit the conditions is key at all times. That's what's constantly being adjusted. Traffic entering the Autobahn from motorway services, Autobahn service stations. So yeah, so paying attention is key. Yeah, so we're 736 k's away from Auschwitz in Poland. Yeah, so probably about 200 odd k's from Berlin still. But in areas like this, when the traffic clears, you can make some very rapid progress. And to me, this is very, very relaxing, being able to drive at a very reasonable speed, and again, safe speed for the prevailing conditions. And this is cleared out for a bit now, so I can put the foot down for a little bit. But again, you're still checking your mirrors every 6 to 10 seconds. You're scanning the road ahead. You're anticipating other people's manoeuvres, their movements. Yeah, so it just works. We'll stay in this lane for now because of our closing speed to the two trucks in the right hand lane. We've still got a car ahead of us. He's going at a decent speed. He's doing about 180. We're doing 175. So over here we can keep the foot down. We've got a good run. There we go. Keep it flat. 179, 180. There you go. Look at the speedo. That's top speed of this vehicle now is 181 kilometres an hour. So yeah, at 3,700 revs, top gear. And I'm still very stable at these speeds for this sort of car. So a cheap 5-door hatch, most popular car in Europe, seems to perform above its station. Mind you, your fuel consumption at the moment's around about the 10 litre per 100 mark, even though petrol's still quite dear. See, again, you're paying attention to other vehicles in the right lane, their closing speed to other trucks, and you're always anticipating when he's going to brake, so you're adjusting your speed. what was that song in the 80s? But what was the name? Not Margaret Ehrlich. You know that song, First We'll Take Manhattan, then we'll take Berlin?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it's going back a while. Who's the artist of that now? They used to make it. That made its way up the charts for ages. Yeah, you know the one. First we'll take Manhattan, then we'll take Berlin. Something to that effect. Yeah, I'll have to look that one up now. No, I thought that was a great song. It's all cleared, so now I'll just keep the foot down. Yeah, so our speed's climbing. But you notice that not all Germans like to drive fast anyway. I mean, yes, the fuel price is on. It costs at the last fuel station. It cost me $4.18 Australian, $4.18 Australian. So €2.53.9 in euro currency. Yeah, €2.53.9. So $4.18 a litre. So to add, what was it, 35 or so litres to this, cost me about $168, I think it was on the receipt. Yeah, about $168. So far from cheap, but to offset that, this car's quite good on fuel, very frugal, economical, works really well. So yeah, so this one for quite a while, at least 44 k's. There we go, all clears again. Kia Rio. Lots of power generating windmills. There we go, overtake the Kia out of the outside lane, so we get a bit closer to the other cars. There we go. Cars are going. My bet's they're going to Poland. My bet. I could be wrong. It's got a Polish rego plate on the front. It's another thing that's quite common anyway. Bloody people buying the cars from Germany because they're cheaper than a lot of other European countries to buy, especially when it comes to Scandinavian countries. They can be very expensive, especially for the likes of Denmark, Norway. Very expensive. But yeah, plenty of windmills. We're only 42 k's where we have to get off this particular Autobahn motorway. Yep, they get out of the outside lane. A few vehicles going back to Poland. Trucks. So he does the same thing. And I think he's forgotten his indicator though. Yeah, so not all Germans are good drivers either, unfortunately. I mean, the driving test is more stiff than many other countries, most other countries in fact, but not all Germans drive well. Not all. So we'll stay in this, we can move out of the outside lane for a brief period. And again, paying attention to your vehicles ahead, what's my mind, checking your rear vision mirrors every 6 to 10 seconds. There you go, there's another truck that's going to pull out. This is what's called the elephant race. Elephant race here in Germany. This one's got a bloody Mercedes, bloody G-Wagon. Oh, look at that. What's the first vehicle you see on top of that car transporter in the right-hand lane? That's a Sandero stepway. That's the original model. Also, we've got a bit of rust under there too. You see a few of the cars have got bloody rust. That's right under the bloody spare wheel. Right on the bottom surface of the spare wheel, which is underneath the rear end of the car. And that's what's been copping a lot of road salt. Yeah, so lots of rust. Unfortunately, that's the downside to salting the roads, even though it's a good de-icer. Salt kills cars. There we go, overtake the truck. Move out of the outside lane. Good, let's suck off. Not suck out, suck off. Not suck off. Not suck off. There you go, my mate in the BMW wants to overtake. Even on full throttle in fifth gear, 161, 162, he's overtaking me. That's the same guy that's been hovering around 160, 180. Yeah. I think he might be heading back to Berlin. Yes. Berlin. Should we see Berlin, Brandenburg Gate again? That's the question. We'd be mad not to, wouldn't we? Berlin, 149 k's, Potsdam, 140, where the Gestapo used to hang out. Oh, so it's on a downhill stretch, 181. Yes, 182, yeah, 182, 183. 184 is the top speed of this car, 181, sorry. So that's the top speed now. I need more, full gas. That's it. Yeah, so once we overtake, out of the outside lane. So yeah, so traffic moves along decently at these speeds. Same thing, overtake, watching out for cars that might be faster than me. There we go, out of the outside lane. And you've got to think, everybody, you've got to think that this is everyday driving for Germans, where it's safe to do so. And that when conditions are like this, quite sparse, very little traffic, you can drive fast and safe. There you go. See, 180, got my old friend over here in the Mercedes van. He's approaching the semi in the right-hand lane, so I've got to anticipate his movements too. And there's a car that's, no, you don't really pull out like that, mate, you pay attention. That's the thing you've got to watch for the ones that don't know how to judge closing speeds. So yeah, so paying attention at all times and hazard anticipation is key. Yeah, the trucks in the right lane. There you go. You can sustain it now. Don't drink and drive. That's what the billboard says. Location anyway. That's where we're heading. Our present point is marked by this. That's where we're heading. This is near Krakow in Poland, Austerlitz. Easy getting that. He's going to pull that, of course. Again, I've no one behind us, so it's okay to remain in this lane for now. Solar panels everywhere. When I say solar panels, everywhere, both sides too. Look at that, solar panels and windmills. So you got the best of both worlds. But yeah, so now 26 k's away from where we're going to have to dart off the motorway, Autobahn. So fun fact, the German word Autobahn, German word Autobahn means motorway. That's what it means. So yes, it's coming up to some slower traffic now. Pulling out from behind the trucks, and of course all the tourist place signs are all marked in brown, as they are all around the world. There we go, clear. So exit 20 off this Autobahn. That's A24, exit 20. So got a little bit of a way to go yet, and that's perfectly okay. That is perfectly okay. Yeah, so today's a matter of covering somewhat big distance, and that I decided to fill up earlier. So what are we looking at now? 94.5. What did I say? About 5:31 at the last fuel stop. So 5:31 and 6:31, about 626 k's. That's what we've done today. So we'll most likely we'll turn out for the night around Berlin, I would say. It's only 140 k's away from this present point. So by the time we turn out for the night, depending on what time we get there, probably next, I'd say less than an hour, 140 k's. We're doing more than 140 k an hour. So you're looking at about 132 k's out of Berlin, 132 Berlin, 123 to Potsdam, and 140 to Rostock. There you go, Turkish truck. There you go, you'll be heading back to Turkey, no doubts. There we go, what have we got? So I'll get out of the outside lane I've overtaken. Looks like we've got a Dodge Ram. You would be pretty pissed off if you had to pay $4.18 a litre for petrol driving one of those. You would have to be pretty pissed off. Yeah, German rego, yep, it's a Ram. Dodge Ram 4x4. I think a lot of those have conservative speed limiters too. Might be limited to 100 miles an hour, not even that. Because we're doing 172, 170, that's 10 k's, 171. That's 11 over 100 miles an hour, 11 k's, so it's 106 miles an hour, 172. Again, watching out for trucks. I'll go up a gear, up in the 6th gear. E-Fame, sofas. So I'll get into the outside lane. I've got a faster car coming, so I'll let him go. He can't go too far though. Skoda, there you go, 145, he's overtaking me. There's Paul. Yes, he's doing 119, 120. Might not be a fast driver in other areas either. He's only doing this gun this fast. See how fast he goes. 32, yep. Don't like the position of those indicators though. They're out of the way your normal bloody line of sight. Back out again. Yes, so that's the state of play anyway. So we shall keep going. And on that note, from the beautiful A24 Autobahn, I shall love you and leave you. And yes, always remember, these sorts of speeds are regular everyday occurrence where conditions allow here in Germany. So yeah, so for now, the Munzenal, Avla, and peace out.